Hello, this short tutorial will teach you how to create a blanket PO. A blanket PO is created the same way you create a PR. There are just a few additional steps to creating a blanket PO. First, we'll click on the Bookkeeper Secretaries tab, proceed to the Pooper screen. Once you're in the Pooper screen, the 5 areas that you initially filled in when creating a PR goes along. We will do it applies. Sorry, it applies to the blanket PO as well. You will click the plus, click the lightning bolt, the PR seed, write down your PR number. You will proceed by filling in your set code, which is your school code or your department code, and click on the department code. You will then search for the vendor you will be using. Press enter on your keyboard, locate the vendor. Once you've located the vendor, you will click OK. You'll proceed by filling in the buyer's code found in your bid list book. It is right here. The additional step, one of the additional steps are taken when creating a blanket PO. Where you see PO type, it is not just a regular PO, but it is a blanket PO. Therefore, you will click on the little arrow for the drop-down screen, click Blanket Order. Once you have the blanket, the BN for blanket order, you will proceed with your ship to, which is the same as your set code. It will just start with an S, S0, or whatever your location code is. Click outside of the box to remove the frame. Press enter. Once you've completed that, you will proceed back down to the ship to. Right above the ship to ID, there's a blanket amount that needs to be completed. The amount that you will be spending on several invoices for the same PO, that total will be placed right here. I will say $500. That is because I will be invoiced over a period of time with a different amount that will equate to the $500. It will total this amount over a period of time. You place that total amount in the blanket amount box. Once that amount is complete, you will put in the quantity, which will be 1, because it is a lot. In the units, you will look for lot. Once that is complete, the unit price will be the $500. In the description box, you can put in, we'll say, books, or and for the library. It could be for a copier. If it's for a copier or a lease for a copier, you will put in copier and perhaps the lease number or any information associated with the copier lease. Once you have the description filled in with what the items are, you will then proceed by filling in the FYC, the object. Click outside of the box to remove the blue frame. Click outside of the box, press enter on your keyboard to save your blanket PO. You will then proceed by submitting it into the workflow by clicking on the calendar with a check icon, which is called the pending task. And you will click approve to send it into the workflow. Approve and submit. And that ends our tutorial on how to create a blanket PO.